We're going to be jumping into Inferno with a quickness, and before we do that, we need to give you some heads up as to what route this could go. Could Liquid shut this whole thing down now, or does Navi stand a fighting chance on Inferno? Nath, we're going to start with you.
Not going to lie, it's going to be more headbanging coming from the way of Liquid.
I don't think it's going to be that bad. It's going to be much closer. It is Inferno, but Liquid is going to win this one.
Okay. I mean, that seems like a pretty fair assessment. Given the landslide we did just see over here on the first map of Dust 2, now we shift gears. We look to Inferno. Odense, I believe that you are absolutely ready to get into this game and get it underway. Lighting the fires is something we're going to do. Jumping right into Inferno, we're going to hand it over to our commentary duo. It's going to be a little bit of Henry G and Sadakist to take us into the second map.
Just a little bit, Trace. That's my favorite phrase. It's going to be time to go on to Inferno and Liquid. Home turf, I think they've looked pretty at home in this whole series so far.
I absolutely agree. I also agree with him, though. This should be much closer. At least Navi know how to play this map. Dust 2 just can't work out why they picked it. They looked so lost on it. But Inferno, as we mentioned in the previous map, this at one point was their best. We're hoping to see a lot more from them. Let's see if they can get a pistol here. It's much needed at this point. They've got one smoke, a couple of flashbangs, and Liquid with no upgraded pistols. They also have two smokes to work with here. Very slow approach to kick things off. They'll be holding up in the default as Edward gets towards the barrels at the B bomb site. You can see him trying to get as much information as possible. Will Zeus leave him there, though? Will they feel confident enough that they can send 4 players towards that A site? Time will tell. As flashbangs come through, they actually decide to fall back, not feeling 100% comfortable there.
Simple trying to find information toward the apartments to start things off. Quick little peek, no one there. Go back out now, and oh, look at that, someone is. Taco's arrived. No shot that lands so far. They're gonna go into battle, and Taco's actually gonna land first blood, if you wanna call it that in this game. He's down to 86 simple. It's really ineffective at this point in time. Rotation by Electronic goes, interestingly, back over toward B at this point in time, despite that Simple's just made that contact. So perhaps they're reading that this is gonna force them off. If that single little bit of aggression was enough to scare them and scurry them to the other side of the site, perhaps they wanted to be ahead of it, but now they have to rotate back, and they have to do so quickly because Simple's gone. Taco continuing where he left off to find Flamey as well. And Naff will plant the bomb on default. This might just be a save. With the money system as it is, you've got Armour, and you might want to hold on to that.
I think you might be absolutely right there. They've got 2 sets of armor, and Zeus with the smoke and flashbang. No chance of winning this one without the kit. There's going to be 5 players with pretty much full HP for Team Liquid here. They can stay in the pit. They don't have to hunt for frags here. Disappointing again for Navi there. Simple, absolutely destroyed from the graveyard. That was Naff to take him down with a Glock. Then Taco continues the assault towards the A site. And Zeus has been headshot, but a couple of kills, make it 3. Round still will be going in favor of Team Liquid, but Edward at least gets some cash here. As you mentioned, that's very important. Gets the 4th. He's got a ton of money now as Taco is left alone. So not a complete disaster there. They actually survive with 2 players up, and Edward's got $3,200. So with the armor he already has, did he manage to keep himself healthy? So he can't get the helmet for $350, but these are some great shots. Where was this on Dust 2? Fantastic work there. And they are going to buy. He's got an M4 and Kevlar. You don't see that too often in a second round force buy. FAMAS for Electronic as well, he managed to pick up a kill and survive. Up against the 1 AK in the hands of Taco, 3 UMPs, and a MAC-10 for Twist. This is actually looking quite promising. We know how deadly Simple can be with this scout as he looks towards those T-steps.
Couldn't quite get a lineup to find Nath, who was too far up the stairs. See Zeus trying to psych himself up a little bit toward the end of that round after he hit those shots. Get the adrenaline flowing. Aggression toward Banana from Liquid. Try and figure out exactly what they're up against. First and foremost, they would have heard the scout shots already shot by Simple. He's tagged on a 49 already as well. There's a further nade. Heads down middle. Smoke lineup suggests we've got Deliverance for B.
It's Zeus and Edward to defend. Simple already tagged up towards middle. 3 players on A. And this will be a full B commitment coming. It makes sense. They've got the SMGs on to focus on those. Right now it's Edward with the M4. Towards the coffin, smoke there from Zeus. They're still going to push through, and what a shot that is from Nitro. Edward surely can't find more than one and know exactly where he is. He hasn't got the helmet. The UMP will just chew through him, and this force spike has led them nowhere. They're going to have to save once again. Similar scenes to the pistol, this time on the B bomb site. Absolute guaranteed round at this point. Simple just holding towards spawn for anyone pushing further. And even if he gets the kill, it's not going to do too much for them, as it looks like Liquid will just hold up in towards the B side and exit through Banana. Another calm and calculated procedure there from the North Americans. Absolutely fantastic. That initial shot as well, going through the smoke, and Nitro has the awareness to take down that boosted position is fantastic. And then Edward, he gets one, but that was about all he was worth there in that position. Didn't have the utility or the helmet to really work with. Down he goes, and that's round over. It's going to be 2-0. But Navi still have the FAMAS, the CZ, and the Scouts, but Liquid will be aware of that. They won't be challenging T-steps too aggressively. And Nitro will pick up the M4 just to note, so that actually upgrades him. Leash will bring out an AK next round. So they got a huge advantage on their map pick. It's 2-0, looking likely to be 3.
Yeah, looking very likely to be 3. They do still have these scouts to work with. Electronic on the FAMAS, so if they can find the opening they wanted last round this time.
Yeah, I just don't know how you do it.
Look, I'm just theorizing.
Yeah, my point is now you know he has it. Like, what opportunities can he possibly find?
And I highly doubt they're going to leave anyone toward mid-stairs if they didn't last round either. So that's his best bet. He could potentially take it to B, but then he's in battle, and with the scout, no armor, he's susceptible to dying at nades. So Simple does try and pick toward top middle once more. Taco get picked up. The bomb is actually spotted this time, so a bit clumsy perhaps to leave that behind. He gets tagged down to 31 HP and a body shot. Zeus not gonna get flashed through. They do go for the boost though, and it's Electronic that has the rifle, but it's a nade? He must have been tagged by the jump and then the nade killed him. There's no way that took him down directly, but either way, Nitro is ready to go through the smoke. Boosted up Oranges 2, can see all the way back towards CT. Simple's trying to hit for a miracle at this point. Swinging at everything. Twists actually does fall to Flamey. That might encourage them a little further on the CT side because they've got a further smoke. That'll get them in a little bit closer to the bomb. Zeus, he can take the advantage of that, but doesn't have the courage to do so as of yet. Flamey's still advanced on the CZ. Wants to get around the corner, but they are backing off on the CT side, so looks like round itself will be done. Flamey just wants to hold him near the bomb. He does very well in doing so. Puts Nitro down to 14 after finding the kill on a Taco. And if he'd stayed around a little bit longer, that was the plan, was to try and just take money out of the hands of the Team Liquid, out of the terrorists. I say this facetiously, but it's a good thing the Taco's dead, or we'd be having the bell rung in our ear at the bottom of Banana right now, non-stop.
The new trend.
That's his thing.
Just don't
like Taco Bell, perhaps?
Oh, that's good. That's not bad, actually. So Simple, he had the scout going to this round. I was about to say, is he going to upgrade to the orb? He absolutely has. He's going to get rid of the lesser sniper and upgrade to the Big Daddy as we get into the first real gun rounds here. Orgs are out as well. Zeus, the FAMAS, has been safe for a couple of rounds now as they send 3 players towards B. Simple trying to find that first pick. I'm almost certain he's going to try and get it towards T-steps as well. Takes so much damage to start. Going to take something very quick to even find this Leash. He'll take him down and picks up the AWP. Oh my goodness, that's brilliant. As he gets Zeus as well, knows of the third. He didn't really take any damage there at all. And it's Edward stuck on the corner in the flames. And it's a 5 versus 3 as quick as that. Similar scenes to Dust 2. Simple, as expected, tries to challenge. He takes 2 nades to the face, and it's Liquid 1 step ahead of the curve once more as they head back towards the A side. Flamey underneath the quad. It's got M4, Flashbang, nothing else. This is like a one and done position. If you're by yourself, this might only be one, yes. You need someone to maybe bait you in. Some smokes down, some chaos as Edward will get 1 kill here. Electronic's still alive. He could still do this. As I say that, it goes to the 3 versus 1. They know Edward's here on the site, and he'll be dealt with in due course. 3 players survive once again. This is Team Liquid in cruise control. They're looking way too comfortable. 3 players surviving each and every time. That's a Leash with a UMP dismantling the B defense there. The orb goes down quickly, picks up the AWP. Fantastic shot to get the second. And at that point, back towards A, and they trade out the kills. This was the frag. You can see the Barrett is sticking out there, picks it up, and just nails this shot as well. See you later, Zeus. Edward tried to fall back, but to no avail. Well, partially buy into this round with the CZs, 1 UMP, and Flamey with no armor. They've got enough smokes to treat this like a gun round, though, so I don't think anything too crazy in terms of pushes will be happening here.
Weirdly, I could envision Naff just firing into that wall, but it's the damage plus the kill. Nitro gets Electronic as well. They're gonna throw everything at them, Jesus. Go back to the kitchen and grab the sink.
Unbelievable. Flamey, Simple, and Edward all wrecked at the start of the round. Electronics taken down. There are 3 players towards B, however. Just Flamey alone on A. He's actually going to rotate over and join them in the stack. This is what we call a gamble stack. You know, if you lose one side of the map and You've got 4 CTs in the other. You are going to save, but they're actually going to go into the Lion's Den here. Liquid are committing. Can they find the kills required? Doesn't look like it. Edward continues to find an advantage here.
Leash trying to slip through. Got found. Simple actually caught him inside of the smoke, and now it is down to just Naff with 51 seconds. So despite that early pick and all the damage, didn't get a single entry when they tried to get onto the B site.
Yeah, full commitment towards B. And as we said, Navi gambling everyone over. If it had gone towards A, they were just saved. But if they do go B, they'll obviously challenge, and it's Edward delivering with 2 kills there. Zeus with a 3rd, and now Nath has to save the AWP. Finally, Navi are on the board. Feels like it's been an absolute lifetime since they were. But there it is. It's going to be 25 long seconds here for Nath to sit in T-spawn and see if he can hold on. So finally, the win taken out of Liquid sails there. And it will be AKs picked up. Navi on the partial buy. Finally getting some success here on Inferno. 4-1 down, but this is absolutely in the bag. And their money is going to be pretty strong after this as well. You can see they had about $2,000 per player anyway. You get 3K on top of that and at least be set up in that respect. There's the end of the timer itself. Nath will survive all the way in T-spawn. And is this the start of something great for Navi? Need to see something more out of them. AKs is a promising prospect there, as we'll see them actually be able to challenge those tighter angles and go for the 1-taps. Round 6. A reset wouldn't be the most disastrous thing to happen, but it certainly wouldn't be ideal. Edward at the top with 8 and 2. Remember, he got 4 kills on the pistol. It didn't really influence the round. It was more about that second round force buy.
Well, there's the update. Every round covered in 1. AWP out for Naff again. Leash will have the Krieg. See if they can make it work toward Banana, both players in that direction, but so far the aggression goes toward top of alt mid. And Twist will jump up through the balcony and inside of Boiler. The Molotov down certainly reveals the position, but that's not that surprising. Let's be honest, pretty default for players to head that direction. What is a little bit different is the fact that they've gone so passively already for Navi. No one inside a pit as of yet. Flamey's starting to get toward that graveyard position, could jump over the wall, but he's going to hold from the stairs. Simple buries himself in the corner, and Zeus has at least rotated over early, but has to play on the backside of the smoke that will be redeployed at this point in time by Simple. The fact that they've rotated over, though, and they've already used 2 smokes, make that 3 on the CT side, means they're going to have very little defense left, and now the pressure's starting to be applied elsewhere on the map.
There it is, Naff with the AWP, just showing some presence there, going for the wall bang through the half wall.
They haven't sold it though. Zeus isn't going to go back yet. He certainly considered it, especially where Edward does just have that single smoke. He's finally, actually, excuse me, it's Zeus that still has it, so Edward's already placed his. And Zeus throws his out now toward the arch. There's no more defensive utility left over. 30 seconds, and Liquid all playing toward the mid wall. Simple, still deep inside of the site as well. Going to be playing a very tight angle on the AWP. He knows that Taco enters from the apartments. Every single round they head toward A, Taco will be running from that doorway, so he's looking that direction strictly with that in mind. Twists, having found Flamey already though, and the smoke down, means that they've got to turn their attention. Nitro walks into Electronic, makes it easy, tries to spray transfer it all the way through to find Naff. Can't quite go that far. Twists will get
he can do this!
Oh, he's got it! He's got it! Time's gone! Simple! He's gonna win it on the knife! Edward stays alive, the round's over! He stayed inside of the site the whole time!
Oh my goodness. It's not sustainable, but we'll take it. The knife in the back as the bomb's going down, leaving no time left. It's Simple to keep Navi alive here. Unbelievable scenes.
They would have had no idea that he was there either. They'd already cleared out 3 on the site, and they know Simple plays dynamic. So there's no guarantee that he's in there. Absolutely perfect from Simple in that regard, but look, it's going to take the money lower again on Liquid, but you're right. It's not sustainable, and their money as well is not being built up with only one player staying alive.
Here we go, Leash once again probing towards the banana area. He knows the players on the other side, this time not as successful. Edward gets the early advantage. No trade potential here, they can fall back safely. Excellent work from Navi to actually give themselves an advantage here. Flamey can hold the arch, and it's Simple and Electronic on the A side. Nice crossfire, strong players, ready to go. This is looking very good.
Simple with the M4, has 24, making $2,700 as he continues to add that up. Gets an assist as well for Electronic. 3 kills already, only 1 in return. I was going to say could have gone toward the AWP, elected not to this time. Played on the rifle. Nitro trying to pull it back, but with 16 HP, and the rotation Flamey nearly caught, just falling off of the railing. Navi's in this, finally, 4-3.
Absolutely. It took a bit of a miracle, but here we are, 4-3, and the money's broken as well. Liquid cannot force by this one after losing 3 rounds in a row. They'll just take the partial here, maybe a few deagles and some armor. If that's, we will see. But this is looking much better. Navi have got some foundations to build upon now. This should actually secure them financially if they can keep this one clean. But Team Liquid and deagles, something quite deadly about that. Nacho taking a bit of initial nade damage there as he holds. He's only got the Glock that suggests he might be bringing out the AWP next round. Once again, Navi with full B control. Edward starting to look better. They all had a bit of a nightmare on Dust 2, to be honest. But ever since he got the 4 kills in the pistol with great aim as well, there might be some life there as it's up to Flamey to defend him. Decent damage towards Taco. Good trade, though. They managed to get a rifle out of it.
Yeah, great trade for the Deagle. Broken economy, however, doesn't give them much to work with as they get 1 gun picked up. It's an AK for Taco on 12 HP, but Simple finds 1, Electronic hits the other, and just like that, the round is likely to go away from them. Bomb as well as down in the hands of Simple, the grasp of Simple, I should say. Taco gonna make it interesting, though. Thins them out further, but they're well aware of the situation. Twists. He can be explosive. He's got a Deagle, he's got armor, and Simple already low. Electronic tagged up. This was winnable, I say, because now Taco left on 12 has to go against 3 players, and Edwards rotated in with 100 HP. If 1 kill even just 1 had gone Twist's way, I would have perhaps given the odds to Taco, but now they'll just play the angles and the odds with 31 seconds left over. Interesting peek from Edward. High HP, he's giving himself up. There's no need for that. He can play so much more passive. He knew the Taco was on that side of the map, and he's gonna rotate this around. He goes up against Simple, low HP, but Simple gets a high angle. And once again, he's the man that holds on for Navi. Up to 7 kills now, and we're tied at 4.
Perfectly played there by Simple. A lot of players would be tempted to maybe turtle up and wait for Taka to make the next move, but he's got the information. Taka's incredibly low. He knows the bomb's down, and he's going to have to pick it up at some point as well. Take him down with the advantageous duel there. But fantastic work to bring us to the 1 versus 1. Liquid now with a nice healthy buy. They've got 5 rifles. He did speculate as to whether Nitro bring out the AWP, considering it the Glock in the previous round, but not going to happen. He's got the AK-47. Very decent attempt there from Taco. Not much he could do about that final frag. Just great positioning there from Simple. Get into round 9. This is a Navi timeout. Are they going to change things up? We know a lot of teams like to get aggressive on this map. I assume Simple has an AWP on the ground, and he certainly does. Starting to wake up now, that amazing knife play, and now a 1 versus 1 duel finds success. 4-4. They need to win this half with decent numbers to stand a chance. We'll get into it. Liquid presumably run another default here. It's been successful actually getting the map control. It's just those post-plant situations, or lack thereof sometimes, with the knife kill. As Simple doesn't challenge a T-step, looking for any players crossing as he gets flashed and has to fall back.
Twists again will already clear out in Boiler, but it's the battle at Banana that matters first and foremost. Leash will cop an aid, but Nitro's already pushed forward to that. They seem to think that they've got them controlled, that they're pushed outside and toward the T stairs, so all of the utility going deep really renders useless at this point. Simple, he is so fast. If they go for this boost, he'll be on it. Step wide. He couldn't find that one though. Edward does at least take Nitro down instead. Now they can afford to fall back. They've secured that side of the map. 3 players there just in case as the aggression was applied, but they'll rotate back over toward A. They're gonna have to be quick in doing so though. Flamey's still over toward Speedway, and it's top mid already secured. Nath has bomb. He's the only one looking toward Arch. He has to wait, hold, and let Taco get in position instead. If they can win out this battle toward Library, if they don't get countered off by Flamey pushing through in a crossfire, they have a chance to take the site, but Flamey, playing it perfectly, finds Taco, and Leash has no choice but to run back. Oh, Edward. He wanted to. He thought about it. Flash, and I bet you he would. He still does. He goes all the way around as he can hear them retreating, and this should be a sweep for Navi. They're going to get 5 rounds in a row.
They absolutely are. It all comes from that B stack with the CZs. That's where the streak began, and they certainly capitalize upon it. It's going to be round 10 here. Maximum loss bonus for Liquid, but they haven't had a plant in any of these rounds. So it's going to be a partial once again. The T side, you need to at least have a plan in one of those lost rounds to have enough on the 5th. Tech 9 for Nitro. CZ's coming out as Navi start to look like the team we know and love. Leash to challenge once again. He's going straight with that smoke. You know he is. Zeus isolated behind it as well. They've got to trade him out. Are they going to get both these kills? They certainly are. That's the B site open. They need to capitalize here. Do they have a smoke for spawn? They do. They've got to wait for Taco, though. That's a brave push. As Electronic absolutely destroyed there. You could see how they were setting that one up. He jumps across, survives, and that's a guaranteed frag, although it should be. Oh, my goodness. Taco gets it in the end. And there will be a 4 versus 1. Simple, with no choice but to save the AWP. You can see that money actually isn't fantastic. A lot of these rounds have been close, especially that Taco clutch when he brought it down to the 1 versus 1. They've been hamstrung since that point, and they've been trying to bully that B position. It's Zeus who was there this time with Edward, and they went down quickly. Leash knows he's got a small gap in that smoke to play with, and actually has vision. I think that's a massive problem. The smoke they're throwing there, the fact he can push through like that and actually come through as much vision as they got, doesn't suggest the smoke has been thrown correctly, you know, but we'll see Simple hold up towards the arch. Looking likely to survive. There is one player in spawn, but Liquid tied things up. Fantastic work there from Leash to get the initial kill. They trade out the second, and that was pretty much ran over at that point. The bait, as the player jumped across towards the bomb site, was fantastic. Allowed Twist to peek with the AK-47. And now the auto shotgun comes out. This is where Liquid can bring it right back. Was the shot that really decided the round. Twist with that AK-47. This was awkward, but there it is in the end. Taco does find the frag. One defuse kip. They have most of the utility as well. Edward on the auto shotgun. Be interesting to see if he plays Sandbags once again. He's actually going to sit behind the half wall and take a lot of damage at the start, down to 50, as the Molotov lands on his feet. And the nade might finish him off. Oh my goodness, down to 6.
Not quite. Bounced, but not enough in the end as he gets inside of the site. He has no choice but to play inside of the site at this time. So they go toward Banana as a result of clearing it. 23, and they know the situation with the money as well. Edward, that shotgun, still wants to stay close, however. Zeus is going to have to be dead accurate with the AUG. First time I've seen Zeus on the AUG.
If they go for the full execution here, there's a likelihood of a Molotov landing in Edward's position. We'll see if it happens. Smoke's coming in. Looks like he's okay. He actually has a chance here with the shotgun. Not for long. There it is. The flames do touch him.
Still there, still trying with the shotgun. Zeus waiting back behind the smoke, but he goes down as a result, like you say, with that Molotov. So Zeus has to play this on his own, and he has to be very patient. I like the attempt to body block by Taco. He knew that spray was likely on 4 HP, got himself in between both Zeus and the planter, allowing the bomb to go down for Liquid. Naff, the only one that's lost, but he with the 2 kills, the only 2 kills perhaps, because they're trying to sneak away, and Zeus, aware of the situation that the smoke is down, takes his only plausible exit and gets away. So it's going to be back-to-back rounds for Liquid to make it now 6-5.
That B bomb site proving to be a massive issue here. It was Edward at the start of the auto shotgun, stood in the flames, down to 50, then to 6. And as I mentioned, that full execution, there's going to be potential with the Molotovs landing towards first and second oranges there. He touches the flames just about. He goes down quickly, and then Zeus, segregated from the bomb site behind the smoke, goes to the spam. They actually kill the planter, but just as the bomb went down, had they denied it, maybe there's a chance of a retake there. They could have repositioned and given it a go. But they're just going to hold on to the weapon they have. They still have the AWP, 2 rifles, not the end of the world, but they do lose the lead of this one. It's going to be 6-5 to Liquid on the T side of Inferno. Let's have a look at that Molotov actually happened here. So it comes in right at the end, it lands on the roof, and it just spills over slightly. I'm not sure that was thrown 100% correct. You can see Edward's not enjoying it, as they do force up pretty much of everything they've got here. CZ in the hands of Edward. And mid-control for Liquid, looking like he's coming early.
Flash through the smoke. Naff goes aggressively, gets counter flash, but then holds toward the wall. That's not thrown quite the way it was intended to bounce around the pillar, the wall to cover off Castle. And Lee's still gonna go though. Cregan hands scoped in this time. Nate does damage onto Electronic. Molotov would push him out, but he's got the smoke ready. Magisk style, he keeps himself in that exact position for as long as he possibly can. Taco's gonna try and find it, perhaps in a different fashion as he goes up toward the apartments instead. Lines himself up for a bounce smoke. Usually that's what he's intending to do.
Yeah, this will be the one that lands like on the hay bells. It trickles out.
And then he can jump down and he doesn't get spotted. So he's trying to increase his depth on entry before he's spotted. And control the angle. Zeus gets 2 on the AUG. Works out for him. In fact, second one into a Leash through the edge of the board. Nath, realizing the situation, suddenly has to slow his pace. 35 seconds. Liquid needs to get on the horse here at this point, because going back toward B didn't yield any results. Simple, the only one left over there. Edward's going to rotate back. He may even peek the wall. There's a chance that he does, and if he does, he's going to see them all. It's pistol only for him, but he has the information at this point in time, so they can start the rotation. Simple's already back around from B, but it's Twist to open it up. Flamey to get him back.
This
Gotta
kill.
watch Flamey again on the box. This time they'll get him. No chance for a knife, perhaps this time? Naff's gonna put the bomb down. It is Simple that is still alive. He has the AWP, he has a kit, but he has no utility to work toward the site. Aware that they're likely on the platform. Hedging his bets on the pistol.
Yeah, that's brave, and now they know exactly where he is. If he had a flashbang or even a smoke here, might be able to maneuver his way towards the bomb site. I just don't see a world where he can win this right now. As soon as he kills one, the other should trade him out. He knows it. Got to fall back, and that's another round for Liquid, and this time the money is officially broken for Navi. They've been very disciplined in saving the weaponry. I don't usually say that about Navi. They love getting stuck in and taking some risks, but they have saved a lot in this CT half, and you can see it's paid dividends in some of the rounds they've won. As Simple makes his way back towards B, Taco's on the hunt. He wants to see if he can take him down. Simple's tucked in towards the emo position. This might be a kill for Taco. Is there any chance? There's not. Won't happen. 7-5, Navi broken financially, but if ever there's a Simple orb, regardless of what his teammates have, there's always a chance of winning these rounds. Will they take a timeout and consider their options here? That's the question. Zeus, he brings it into a 5 versus 3 there, man. And still, it falls apart. Great work from Nath, but as soon as he knew Flamey was tucked in this corner, if he gets this kill, it's all over. What a shot it is as well to take him down. Zeus with 2. Thought it was enough, not quite. Partial buy here from Navi with the CZ's armor and a couple of deagles as well. They've got 4 smokes. They need Simple to find that first pick. That's why he's so aggressive towards the T-steps, because he knows Liquid haven't been running an AWP setup, so he can have a bit more freedom against Liquid than he would other teams. Go. Pre-firing the corners. It's very likely there's players here on the other side. And Zeus will be taken down. Is there a trade? Doesn't look like it, but there it is. 2 kills coming in. And at this point, a Leash boosted up, seeing if there's any sort of reaction from the CTs. He has got a player there on top of the fountain. Flamey, he can see his little head, and he'll take it off. It's going to be the kill from Simple, and that's the cue, Matt. Get towards the other side of the map as quick as you possibly can. Get that bomb, and get the hell out of here.
That's exactly what they do. Nitro picks it up. Twist's going to work out from the apartments. AK in hand, he'll be greeted to an open sight. More vacancies in the Canadian housing market. As he walks in, Nitro gonna find the bomb at default. Just checking to see if anyone's behind him, just in case, because why not? But this round's over, so I've got nothing to talk about. Back over to you in the studio, Hank.
Thank you so much. Liquid with 4 players surviving, and Edward does get the Krieg at least, so not all is lost. But it's certainly not ideal. Simple with just that 1 kill. Does allow him to get the rifle. You can see the hunt is on once again. Their money, not amazing. Well, actually, to be fair, Taco has got $10,000. So they are very comfortable. You consider the $3,500 is about to come in. They actually are high rolling for the last couple of rounds here. Simple holding the ruins. It will be Edward on the coffins here. Needs to be very careful. He needs to hold on to these weapons as Nitro completely destroys Edward. I mean, they had no armor, so he's going to melt. Simple, will he survive? Not quite. He goes down. With the loss bonus racking up at this point, that's actually 4 rounds in a row for Liquid. There is a buy there. They took a partial in the previous. They did not force, so they can even buy an AWP, I believe, as Simple picks it up. He's got 10 frags to his name. Not the monstrous performance we normally expect from him. Not even top fragging this one. It's actually Edward on 11. That does not bode well. 4-4s, the AWP. 1 defuse kit and bare bones utility, as you can see Twist getting it done in the apartments there and actually taking down the final frag with a straight up wall bang for the coffins as well. Yardis joining us the first map. Picked by Navi, Dust 2 was an absolute disaster for them, but this round might not be. It's going to be Taco to go down quickly. Simple has been playing aggressive, like we said. He knows there's no AWP prospects right now for Liquid, at least on the T side. So trying to be a little bit more assertive there at the start. Edward, is he going to be flashed over here? He's in position, there's the flash, nothing there. The challenge comes through. They're so willing to challenge this B side. They're happy to go in the 1v1 duels every single time. Nacho goes down to 7, but brings it back to the 4-on-4.
Smoke down in front of Simple. Naff, he's still holding out with a very wounded Nitro. Liquid still with 8 rounds, despite that Navi's finally putting up a fight. They're not getting enough rounds for a CT side. Simple, tight angle holding, but it's back over toward A, and it's Twists to get Flamey once again. He's starting to come into this, Twists. 10 kills, ties that of Taco at this point. Edward and Simple both remain higher, but they are carrying at this point in time for their team, to be honest. Naff gets Electronic. It's once again the A side open, and as is the case in most cases, most teams lately, save as soon as the site is lost. So now we find ourselves the 4-on-2, and round over. Liquid's gonna find number 9.
Liquid just look like such a strong team right now, a unit. And we just haven't seen that from Navi at all. They've had some great individual moments, sure. On this map in particular, obviously that lovely stack towards the B side was a nice call. That worked out for them. Actually started a flurry of rounds with a Simple knife moment as well. And the Simple 1v1 to deny attack at the clutch. They are going to hunt Simple once again, but he's having some fun with the shooting gallery there. Hits the first, Nitro midair. And at this point, doesn't even want to challenge this. Just wants to have the all for the next round. As the lead continues to push, he actually wants this quite badly, and there's a kill from Zeus. The low HP twist taken down. Their money is absolutely fine on the T side. They can justify this, but Zeus will now have an AK for the next round. Simple with 3, as he gets Naff fly as well. As we go 9-5. Final round here of the first half. Looking likely to be a 2-0, considering they're on the terrorist forces right now. Maximum loss bonus in full effect. So with the AWP saved and the AK, auto shotgun comes out for Edward. They could have dropped him a UMP, but he opted the shotgun instead. Definitely a viable weapon in today's game.
Situationally and positionally, perhaps. Stack up a bit toward B for Navi off the start. They have 1 rounds doing this earlier in the match. Bomb weights down toward T-stairs, so Nitro and Co. I say Nitro because he's the most further forward in Banana. They're willing to take the fight and just push the CTs back at this point. Molotov down Edward. He wants to play that wall, so he's going to have to give up a little bit of ground and allow that to extinguish. He's as well waiting to see if anyone will boost up or get aggressive. Shotgun at Banana. Means it's pretty much useless on rotation. Zeus can, wait a minute, that's not how he needed to do it. He needed to stay alive, he needed to be efficient. He's got information at least that they're heading that direction. Edward gets 1 headshot. Smokes off, he can upgrade to the AK, but he's got to be so careful in doing it because they're already around and pretty obvious position to pre-fire for Leash, so he finds a kill that makes it 4-on-3. Electronic's gonna rotate back, but they're back to A, and as a result of this, there's already rotations off the site. Simple's the only one even nearby at this point in time. So again, Liquid's forcing Navi's hand over and over on Banana. Simple does get 1. It slows them. He can get back in the site as well. Don't rule him out. It's all down toward Castle. They'll clear that. Simple, though, however, is inside of the corner. No smokes to conceal his position this time. They've got, all right, fair enough. They've realized the ops there. They know where Simple is. He's the heavy hitter. Don't even mess with him at this point in time. So it has to be perfect on the defense.
Well, that smoke is perfect.
It's 20 seconds, buys 15 of it. That's why Naff has to flash through. He does exactly that. He has the bomb, has to be careful. Crossfire set up, Flamey and Electronic, they close it out. 9-6, Navi get the round.
A labored half there, but Navi gets 6. It's much better than Dust 2, but still really far from ideal. Remember on the CT side there, Liquid's pick, and if they get the pistol and build up some cash on the CT side, you feel like they're going to run away with it. This was a nice highlight from Edward, but overall, yes, Liquid look like the much better unit, and there were some awkward moments there, especially against that eco, the B stack, and everything that transpired after it, but Liquid got back on their feet. They give up round number 15 and don't get double digits, but I'm sure they're feeling comfortable here. 9 rounds on the T side is absolutely fine here. The pistol going to be very indicative as to whether Navi can pull this one back. Haven't really done that well on pistols here at all today in this quarterfinal. This would be a crushing tournament if Navi go out in this sort of fashion. The games they've had, the opposition they've struggled against, it really has been far from what we expect from a world-class team. As you can see, world rank number 2. Haven't played like it this tournament, I'm afraid.
Yeah, world rank number 2, I think, is on the other side of this server. Liquid and Navi have been in battle for that position. A lot of people debating what the official ratings say versus their opinion on it. And Liquid certainly showing class. This will likely be the last event that they play each other in 2018, so it could actually define the final pecking order for the two.
We'll have a look at the buys as they come in. It's actually Simple this time. He's got the PT-50 Armour combo. They've got a Molotov, 2 smokes, and the Flashbang.
Not a single pistol has gone their way. Navi, that is. It's 3-0 currently for Liquid. Edward gets toward top of alt mid. Taco and Twist. I'm going to play this somewhat in tandem. One inside the door, one on the balcony. Very in-your-face setup, if you want to call it that. Close angles for the pistols to work with. I'm still down bottom mid. Leash is not playing either side at this point. He's relying on Nitro's aim. Nitro's the only one with the kit, so to let him anchor is interesting. It's part of the reason he has to play so passive at coffins, because he has to use them for armor. Reveal only his head. You'd almost expect the kit to be the one on Speedway, though, because then it can rotate to either site, and you're guaranteed to have it in contention, but they leave it on B. Long rotation for it. If they have to play retake, it's guaranteed to at least get there, I suppose. And then the armor may not matter based on how passive he is. May not matter because they aren't heading that direction. 38 seconds. Hey, Hall, this is where this setup works. Taco baited in. Naff's got a long shot, and then Twist's waiting for it as well. The only problem is quad. They would have to go for an aggressive peek. Naff, perfect shot to open it up. They look toward Graveyard. They try and run it in. He finds both, and Edward realizes he's stuck in a triangle at this point. Does do well with it, all things considered, to find Twists. And this is how close they get as a result of no peeking toward quad, but the rotations are already on and in. Taco finds the kill. It's Liquid on 10.
They had some sort of read there, Liquid. 3 players stacked on the ace side, focusing towards the apartments. The setup from hell as Naff takes all the attention away from Taco. You saw how easy that second frag was for him. Gets the bomb down in the apartments. Navi scrapping for anything they could find. They get a couple of kills back, but overall, a very successful round, especially from Naff. The fact he gets this kill here, fantastic. That secures in Taco with the easy round to close things out. Nice honest frag there as Leash pushes down. They're looking for blood here. They know it's pretty much going to be a full eco up against them. They flash towards T steps, but Simple's got the deagle, maybe being a little bit too aggressive here. 5 on 4. Nath looking towards second middle. He's in trouble here. He'll have to flash out and hope for the best as he tries to find the frag. Zeus is low. And Leash will pull things back to a 4 on 4, but Nath still in hot water.
Edward goes all the way around and rotates through spawn because they don't even have any control of mid or alt mid, so we can rotate between the two. How often do you see that? How aggressive is Liquid? It is 4-0 on pistols, just in case you weren't keeping track after I mentioned it. And Leash surprisingly finds himself at a 2-on-2 despite the aggression, but they've got the HP advantage and they've got the weapons still in their favor. Spot out Zeus, excuse me, looking down below. Smartly as well, with Leash still down in mid, Nitro decided to go back toward this side at the very least. No need to give up any position that isn't required, and Leash will get 4 kills. Builds up a massive amount of cash. 3rd round of the half, and he's already got 66.50.
He could drop the AWP now just to compensate for the fact they lost so much money in the previous round. We'll see if that's the case. I think that would be a great call if he did. And he's going to give it to Taco, surprisingly. So there we go.
It's spawned. It's not really.
He's got the mid spawn.
He is the furthest forward. I thought he was the second one back.
If we get on Taco now, please, we'll see if he won't commit to T-steps. I assume he's going to look for the cross, so anyone trying to get towards the underpass. We'll have a look.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. I can see it on the map. So he never actually peeked all the way around. Surprisingly, if he had, he may have found Zeus, but the AKs were there. No need to take that risk early on. Made damage onto Electronic is the only damage to speak of so far. He's actually pushed the smokes and taken a bit of control inside of Banana, so it'll be the boost for Nitro. So they go passive, and Nath, he goes back to Pillar. I do like the Pillar position, slightly off angle. Statue, you can kind of get playful between the two of them. But you gotta nail a shot if you're gonna play it in the open.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Ball makes his way back towards middle, where Taco, not the flashiest AWP, but very good at holding in a turret style and finding that 1 kill, falling back to more defensive position. He'll never go for the crazy flicks. He'll just make sure he gets the job done. And I respect those kind of AWPers. They're the ones you want on your team, really, who are consistent and know how to find that kill that's required. You can see a very defensive holder getting information. If he loses it, he'll go around towards Library. Bomb actually towards T-steps. So yes, they have mid control here, but they won't necessarily use it on the Navi side.
Check toward the cubby. All of them there, all on AKs. They can be explosive toward the site. Smoke to Arch and Library is pretty standard. Liquid's not really in a great position for this. All 3 players on B, and none of them are really moving at this point. I think they're just going to leave Leash and Twist to try and clutch this out. They might. Leash and Twist, they might indeed. Crossfire set. Leash finds 2. Leash nearly gets the 3rd onto Electronic as well. He was tagged down to 36.
Damn.
That's the wrong mates.
Yeah, well, it's still now a 3 versus 2. Electronic and Zeus with no utility. 1 in the pit, 1 on the site. Zeus will have to fight first as Taco fires off shots towards the pit.
If they'd rotated sooner on this, if they had a little more faith in their teammates, perhaps, they could have been on this before the bomb was even planted. But Taco just firing off warning shots, trying to pull the attention in the direction of Library because both other players are heading elsewhere. Nitro wants to work out from the apartment. Zeus already takes down Taco. That reveals his position inside of the site, but Electronic's not moved on this. Naff gets the first kill. They need to check it, and Nitro makes no mistake in doing so. It will be the round. Naff has a kit, and Liquid will find number 12.
It was tantalizingly close there on the bomb, but it will indeed be Liquid finding that 12th round. With the plant, there is a buy there for Navi, but it's not great enough for AK Armour and maybe one smoke per player. Not even that in some cases. You can see Simple and Edward might have to consider not taking a helmet or going Galil instead. They need a tactical time ahead to discuss their options, but Electronic, lovely work as he comes out to even give them a winnable situation. Finds that kill on the lead, like he said, it's on for a third, but only had the USB left. 2 players on that A site, shut down a 5-man attack, and left in a 3 versus 2. Liquid win out the round. So it is a tactical timeout. Navi really need to discuss their options. I'm almost certain they're going to buy. Yes, there it is, Flamey with the AK. But he can't afford any utility. A decoy is as good as it gets for him with $50 residual cash. And that will be the same story for Simple and Edward as well. Is anyone going to take the Galil or an SMG here? Edward has at least. So they get 1 smoke. Make it 2 now with Zeus, who had a little bit more than his teammates. Electronic opts for the Molotov instead of the smoke. Whether that'll be the correct call is yet to be seen. But they've got absolutely nothing here in terms of the grenades. 12-6, lose this, he's 13-6 down in Eco. This round might decide everything.
So Liquid's turn on the defense, and their turn to put 3 on B early. Deep smoke down. Molotov inside of that, so even if they want to push, they'll take damage. If they're already in, they've got to go back. Standard port of call. Well, Simple, he even considers the fact that they might be down low. Sprays in just to be sure. They look tense almost when they do that this early in the round without any information or map control. Nonetheless, the execution to at least take the mid wall is on with smokes in front of Taco. Good counter Molotov, but that lasts half the duration of a smoke, so they can still walk out comfortably at this point. Similar setup in terms of the way they want to peek off of each other for Liquid from the pistol. Not the triangle, not inside of the doorway, but the site for Twist. Naff inside of Graveyard. He can actually stand up and watch behind Taco if they wrap. And not only that, they've got a Leash inside of Library. So no matter how they go, you've got a Crossfire at Quad, and you've got a Crossfire at Library. All that's left is to hit shots. Taco starting to get a little antsy in that position. Gonna fall off it. That's mostly due to the fact that Leash is also questioning if they're actually going to be on 2A and heads back over. So the fact that he's not covering Library anymore. Great entrance from Flamey to know the angle to find Naff as well. Fell down, Crosshair already placed to get the stairwell, but they can't get Twist out of the corner. Electronic finally will. Leash through the smoke. He was the one that left early, gets back and finds Zeus to put it to a 2 versus 2, and Electronic has to go deep inside of the site as a result. There's still vision of that for Flamey inside of the pit, but he's on 8 HP. Desperate times. And Flamey's not sure of which direction they will arrive from. It may not matter. Leash, Og, edge of the wall, Electronic down. Nitro says, I was gonna go top mid, but if you're gonna do that, I'll hold your hand and we can go
it's
together.
over. The nade's done it.
The nade is gonna do it. Flamey, it's gonna go deep. It goes deep. It just barely goes too deep, but they check it anyway, and Leash will make sure he goes down.
It touches him. It tickles him. Just the 3 HP, though, I'm afraid. It looked like it was done, but still, it is. As we will find 13-6. There will be enough for a buy there with our plants, but it feels like this one is just falling apart for Navi again. It's 4-0 in the second half. They'll buy out. They'll actually be better than the previous round with the loss bonus. So they'll get AKs, and this time utility. Their time is running out. It's 16-4 on Dust 2. An absolute bloodbath there. And if it wasn't for the flurry of rounds after the eco victory for Navi, they could find themselves in a similar position, but managing to get 6 in the first half was much more promising. And here we go, round 20, all power for Taco once again. This is a little addition from Liquid. It seems like they're more comfortable with him being the defensive AWPer for reasons we stated before. Leash, a classic position for him, throws it in at least once a half. You get vision towards middle and the boiler room, and this is how you want to play underneath that core position. You've got someone to work with there, and doesn't necessarily have to rely on just the Arch player and be solo. Leash can take the aggro. Twist will just sit beneath him, be ready for action. As soon as Leash has to fall back or get a kill, that's when Twist will swing out. They're going to go for a 5-man B commitment, though. Navi, that is. 5 AKs heading towards that side of the map. They'll have to wait with the smoke to go down first. But it's Naff and Nitro to defend. And this time, Nitro will have the Orc. He's holding towards the coffins. So this will just be a straight-up B execution. Let's see if it's a successful one.
Nitro standing on coffins is going to peek late. They never even considered it because he didn't put any aggression on, and when he presses the pedal, he finds 2 immediately. Simple. Turning around already to try and cover off Banana when they try and get the bomb down. It's Zeus that pushes a little bit too far. Nath inside of the chapel's already found 1, and aware that the bomb's going down, he'll wait for his teammates to arrive. It's a 4-on-2. Simple can't afford to stay in Banana anymore. In fact, transitions all the way over to help Edward. High position. Off angle, good for 1. Have to move extremely quickly off of it though in the flash. He can't even stay there. So they're already inside of the site. He's lost his chance to get the early shot. They catch out Edward, who should have been aware at that point based on Simple's positioning and communication that they were behind him, but Leash is able to trade out Simple immediately, and it's another round, 14th for Liquid, 2 to go in the series, and they'll be on to a semifinal.
Lovely work from Nitro there. You could see the fact he has so much vision there is a problem. Navi just didn't seem to be aware of it. He's just peeking from coffins, a very standard position. Nice 2 frags from him, but the trade came in a little bit too late. At that point, Naff just buying time, and I have to say that kill for Zeus with Naff repositioning, core of an 8 out, then gets the rifle out, takes him down. Really should have picked that kill up. It probably solidifies the round, to be honest, but still 14-6, bomb down again, the max from lost bonus. Keep buying the AKs and the utility, but 1 round away from being knocked out. Well, from finding series point and then being knocked out as Nitro gets another opener. That's Electronic going down for absolutely nothing at that point. And Zeus is burning to a crisp. Naff confirms it. The Flashbang Molotov combo stuck in the corner. It's a classic.
Works wonders. Crispy tails. Taco still waiting just to watch out the boiler door. 3-on-5. Does at least get a Leash back. It's a start. Taco's forced inside the confines of the site itself. Naff, though, however, has already rotated around. He'll get Edward and look at Nitro. No chance to retreat, no chance to go back, so Naff just needs to be cautious not to give up the archway, and he won't. He'll get Flamey. It's down to just Simple. In a not-so-simple situation. I say that it's a 1-on-4. This is very much his type of situation. In fact, with bomb still up, little does he know he has access to immediately run this toward B. Taco's going to try and slip through the smoke, but they're going to pass each other. And Twists, he could be caught off because of, oh, they both stopped. If they had gone by one another, Twists could have been caught off by looking down quad, and then Simple suddenly finds himself in a chaotic situation. But with 33 seconds, he starts to go now. Taco doesn't even need to realize because Twist does. 15-6 map and series point for Team Liquid.
Navi have had an up and down 2018, mainly successful, but when it goes bad, it goes really bad. This tournament has been a struggle. They've been grasping at straws throughout, and this is no different. This is similar to the performance they delivered against Mouse Sports, where they just seemed so disorganized, and the fragging wasn't there to fall back onto, and Simple just isn't enough firepower to carry them through it. This is just definitely over. There's no way they can put it back to overtime at this point, but we'll see if they can take us to a few more rounds, perhaps. Going towards second middle. Their days are numbered, and it might start with a first frag from Taco. Oh, he actually misses the sit-up. Doesn't go down. And they have got mid-control at this point. Navi with the Galils, the UMPs, a couple of AKs, barely any utility, and Edward offers himself up a free there. No trade potential. I'm not sure what they're up to. Why is there no trade off that? Why is there no backup? Just a solo peek towards Arch.
Zeus checks the corner first. He runs it with the UMP because he can. He's got that movement mechanic. Checks the arch as well. Smoke down, but Leash is still going to work on them at this point. Naff, 17, Leash, 19. He's taken out of it by Flamey. That might be where he finishes because I have a feeling the game is about to. Naff, he'll take out Zeus. Taco gets Flamey. All onto Electronic. 1 versus 4. Team Liquid looking like they're going to knock out Navi and move on to a semi-final. No argument over number 2 in the world at this point. Not with a performance like that. Liquid puts them to bed. Convincingly over 2 maps.
They looked way too easy for them. Just 2. Thought it could be a flash in the pan, but it seems like Navi just didn't turn up today. This is not their quarterfinal.
I'm going to go beyond that. They haven't turned up all tournament.
Yes, I agree. Very disappointing. And yes, they are ranked number 2 in the world right now, but they're not playing like it. This is a disappointing way to close out the tail end of the year. You can see Simple did what he absolutely could. He's played in the Liquid jersey before. This time absolutely battered by it. As Electronic posted good numbers in Dust 2 as well. The team just wasn't working together.
49 points between Liquid and Navi currently in those ratings. That just changed with this game. So I guarantee it, Liquid's number 2 in the world after this. That head-to-head changes it. That might be, like I say, the final pecking order for the 2018 year, because we're getting to the end of it. That's likely the last series between the two of them. This gives Astralis a different semifinal from Liquid, which sets us up potentially for the incredible final that we're all wanting. But that said, don't discount MIBR. They've looked excellent in this, and Mousesports sneaking in there, always a stake for it. That's 4 excellent teams.
I'm really excited for the prospect of MIBR especially. It's great to see them back in full form. But here we go, boys. We've got a lovely interview with the handsome man Taco down on the stage.
Thank you, Hanners. That was some performance. I don't want to say that it was easy, but Navi were a team that didn't turn up. You guys showed total dominance.
Yeah, that's when we wake up and playing our A game. We just destroyed Navi today, which is a really good result because they are a really good team. And let's just celebrate and refocus for the semifinals tomorrow against MIBR.
Well, we'll get onto that in just a second. I said when you came out that you've had a nearly year. Nearly so close and so many times, a couple of frags here, a moment there. How have you dealt with that coming towards the end of this year?
We just want to finish the year in a good fashion, and we're gonna fight really hard to take this trophy. Of course, it's gonna be hard. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but we are used now to go to the grand finals, and we're gonna just keep doing our thing, and we're gonna do our best to win tomorrow and play the grand finals.
I mean, I know that, I know all that, and I know you're gonna try your hardest, but how have you dealt with it? How have you, knowing you've had these moments where you should have taken tournaments, you were one, maybe it ended up as a tie at the end and you were almost there. How have you dealt with that?
That's a hard question, to be honest. The way we dealt with it was just going back home and working more. And we already think that we can win the tournaments, and I hope this one is the one that we're going to win. It's the last tournament of the year, and it would be really important for us if we can do this. I'm pretty confident, and I believe in my team, and what I can say is that we are ready. We want to win this trophy, and maybe it's our time now.
Do you need to win this trophy, you think, for the team? Do you need to win it?
Yeah, I need to win it. It will be really important for me personally. It will be really important for Team Liquid as well. We want to win a big one. We just won Malta last week, but this one would mean a lot for me and for my teammates.
That's where my dad's from, Malta. Lovely place. You've been on fire this entire tournament. It seems like the best version of you's turned up.
Yeah, last year I played here in Odense, ESL Pro League as well. I was the MVP of the tournament, so I hope I can keep it up. Maybe it's just a good city for me. I don't know what happens every time that I come here. I play really good CS. And I will try to keep it up. I will try to keep helping my team. Personally, I don't think about getting the MVP. I just think about getting the trophy. It's going to be much more important to me and my team of any individual performance. So I'm just focused on helping my team, and I hope I can do this.
Well, listen, I've kept you up here too long. One final question. MIBR tomorrow, we know the history there. How much would it mean to you to win that matchup and make it through to the final on Sunday?
Yeah, it's hard to talk about it as well. They are my friends. They are a team that I played for 2.5 years. We won a lot of trophies. We won this one, so we won Odense last year with this roster. And I'm just happy that I have the opportunity to play them. Let's try to create, and let's try to put a good fight against them. I'm pretty sure the audience, the crowd, everyone's expecting us to play MIBR, and let's put a good fight against them.
Thank you so much for answering the questions. It's been great watching you. Tomorrow is set up brilliantly. Put your hands together, Liquid. They are in the semi-finals. Let's hand it back over to my man, The Trace.